Hello, hello, hello. It is the D Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, coming to you live on a terrific Tuesday with another episode of Podcasting Your Purpose. That's right. This is episode number 82, and the topic is life lessons and a podcast. Now, before we get into that topic, what was in the podcasting news today? Well, yesterday we talked about Dennis Quaid, the actor, starting a pet podcast. That's right. He's going to be on a podcast talking about his pet bulldog. They're going to talk about pets and pet care and all that other good stuff. So I actually took that and put that into a blog post today. So head over to dellblogger.com to read more and or listen to yesterday's episode of Podcasting Your Purpose. And the title obviously was Pet Podcast. So if you have a pet or you are a someone that loves to talk about pets, then starting a podcast might be perfect for you. But if it's not you, I'm pretty sure you know a friend or a family member who loves their pets as well. As a matter of fact, my sister, that's right, she is going to start a podcast with her pet, Bruno. Can't wait to hear all about it. But today, guess who else is going to be podcasting? Well, maybe he's not starting his own podcast, but he's on a podcast. You remember the Partridge Family talking about pets, partridges in a pear tree, right? Danny Bonaducci. Now, Danny is not, new to the radio world. As a matter of fact, I think he was a DJ way back in the day. But for us boomers, you might remember him from the Partridge Family. That's right. Danny Bonaducci was a guest on a podcast today. It's a Philadelphia-based radio show with two guys, Rich DeSisto and Paul Kelly. So they welcomed Danny Bonaducci onto their podcast today. I'm not sure what they talked about. I got to check it out. But if you heard it, let me know what you think about it. And tomorrow, the 29th is Wednesday. And that's when Spotify is dropping the podcast featuring our first lady, Michelle Obama. And I think her first guest may be her husband. That's right. Check it out. Tomorrow, Michelle drops her podcast, and I believe President Obama is her first guest. So you need to check that out. I was listening. I don't know. Did you hear the music that I was playing in the background here? It's called Daptone, retro bass funk. It was pretty good. I actually signed up for these free downloads every week. You get a free download, and this is a retro and bass heavy track in the funk style of Budo's Bands and Charles Bradley. So if you're looking for some free funky music, check this out. Every week, Arch Audio Company, they give you a free download. So check it out again, retro and bass heavy track in the funk style of Budo's Band and Charles Bradley. It normally costs $49, but you can get it free by putting in the free download today. They have lots of music in here. And you know what they say about always having content that you own, music that you own, images that you own, because you don't want to run into any legalese. So check out Arches Audio Co. And you can get some free music.com. I'll put it in the show notes as well when I'm finished. So this one is actually called Daptone, Retro Bass Funk. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Then we're going to get into today's today's YouTube video, Life Lessons in a Podcast. I think everybody likes some funky music in the beginning of their podcast, in the middle of their podcast, at the end of their podcast. So check it out. All right, let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about life lessons and a podcast. And we've all had our lessons. Yeah, we've had some ups, some downs, some ins, some outs. Marriage, divorce, raising kids, housekeeping, gardening, pain, suffering, illnesses, whatever. How many times do you wish that you could just sit down and talk to somebody, anybody, just go on about what it is that you're going through at a particular time? Perhaps you have some advice to help those that may be going through something at a particular time, and you just want to talk uninterrupted. If that's the case, then you need to start a podcast, because this is giving you a platform that you can come to every week, every day, every month, year after year, to talk to people, let people know about certain things. Maybe they can help you get through what you're going through, or perhaps you can help someone get through what they're going through. Someone that's going to be listening in intensely, because remember, when people are listening to a podcast, they're popping these earbuds into their ears. They're putting the headsets onto their heads, and you've got them right there in their brain. And the brain is the largest sexual organ of a human's body. It's between their ears. That's their brain. So you're right into their head, and you can connect with them. You can talk to them. You can share with them life lessons that you've learned, life lessons that you wish you learned, and then communicate that back and forth. And they are connecting with you in that very intimate way. You can share heartaches, you can share happiness, you can share your experiences with someone that, and you never know, it could probably help someone else. This is a time that we're going through a lot of anxiety, angst, and anger. And sometimes we just need to talk to someone. We need to be able to connect with someone to just listen to us. And that doesn't matter what age you are. That's the thing about what's happening in the world today. We're all being affected basically by the same factors. However, we're all dealing with them in a different way. So perhaps someone just wants someone to listen. Perhaps someone just wants someone to talk, to share, to motivate, to entertain, to educate, whatever the case may be. If life has taught you lessons, why not share them with others with a podcast? Using your gift, your voice, your gift, no cost, no obligation, just your time. You can start a podcast. Like I said, you can start a podcast simply with your phone, iOS or Android, downloading the Anchor FM app, which is totally free. Free. Can't get any cheaper than that. You're going to create a podcast. You can create a podcast like in 5 easy steps. Now, it's really more than 5 steps, but let's talk about the simple 5 steps just so that you can kind of wrap your head around this whole podcasting thing. 1, choose your topic, your niche, or your subject. What is it that you want to talk about? What is it that you want to talk about? What is it that you can share with the world? What is it that's going to make you different? What's making you unique? And you know what? It may be a topic that's hot today and not tomorrow, but still, what is it that you can talk about? What lesson has life taught you? Then you're going to choose a platform. And if you want to start this platform free, again, go to anchorfm.com, sign up for an account using your email address, and it's free. And the great thing about Anchor FM is it uploads your podcast shows to 11 different platforms. Once you choose the distribution, you can pick and choose those platforms in which you want your podcast to be heard, or you can all of them. So every time you drop a podcast or publish a podcast, they're sent out. SoundCloud, Google Play. There are so many out there. I should have the list for you, but it's in the book. You remember I have the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. This is available for $15.99. This will help you out as well. So if you want to order that, send an email to me at info@ablakeenterprises.com so I can get this out to you as well. Or if you'd like to get the book bundle, remember I always talk about the book bundle. Basic blogging tips for beginners together is $26. It's free shipping. But get that platform. Sign up for Anchor FM for that free platform, and then you can get started there. Write out your show notes, including your intro and your outro. Why? Because you want to plan out what you want to talk about, because your mind is going to be running mile a minute. And again, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So write it out. And this is a great thing. I offer you, I'm going to talk about this later, but I offer you a 30-minute complimentary discovery call. And when we talk about your topic, your title, your intro, your outro, your show notes. We even talk about your music. Remember, right here is the music. There's free music out there that you can use. So again, you don't even want to go and pay for music if you can get it free. And this is a podcast planner that I will send you if you'd like. You can put down your podcast title, your description, the dates that you want to publish, as well as the social media platforms that you're going to be promoting. And talking about scheduling here, the date, the topic, the guests, and the release form if you're going to have a guest. So we talk about that as well. But let's get back to those tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, choose a topic, a niche, or a subject. What are you going to talk about? Number 2, choose a platform. Anchor FM is free, but there are many others out there. EC Podcast Media is who I'm with on Wednesdays for my, Blog Your Way to a Business Profit. Blog Your Way to a Business Profit is every Wednesday at 1. Tiny URL, Blog to Profit. That is where you'll hear me talk about blogging tips and branding trends that'll turn your passion into a profit. So that's on Wednesdays at 1. And then again, like I said, I am also on Anchor FM every Saturday at 10 a.m. The Delaware Blogger Podcast. So once you choose your platform, you know which way you want to go. But there's so many others, but I'm just going to recommend those 2 because those are the ones that I personally use. Then once you write out your show notes, your schedule, your intro, your outro is really like a brief description of what your show's about. Who are you and what's your show going to be about? Because most people are going to read that intro or listen to that intro before they decide to invest time in listening to your podcast. And your outro, again, should always include a CTA, a call to action. What do you want people to do? Do you want them to buy a book? Do you want them to listen to your podcast? Do you want them to find you on your social media platforms? What is it that you want them to do? Let me put this camera down here just a little bit. I'm like looking at my chin here, makes my face look fat. So what is it that you want people to do once they finish listening to your podcast? Do you want them to subscribe? Do you want them to share it? Do you want them to leave you a review? Whatever the case may be, if you're running a contest or a giveaway, do you want them to enter for a chance to win? Whatever it is, have a call to action in your outro. Number 4, set your schedule. What day will people be getting new episodes? Wednesday at 1, Saturday at 10. Let people know so that they can look forward to, even though they can consume your content whenever they want, at least they know that there's going to be a new episode every Wednesday or every Saturday. So set your schedule and then start to practice. Practice, progress, practice, progress. You're never going to be perfect. No, you're not going to like the sound of your voice. You're not going to like something about something that you said. Like yesterday, I was talking about pet podcasts, and I said, if you show animals at fairs, the Delaware State Farm, I kept saying Delaware State Farm because State Farm is my insurance company. It's actually Delaware State Fair. And I was like, boop, oh, well, too bad. It's out there. So, of course, I'll come back and tell you that I meant Delaware State Fair down in Harrington, not Delaware State Farm or State Farm Insurance. So, again, you're never going to like exactly your voice, what it sounds like. But, again, you can work on ways in which you can have good sound quality, whether you're using an internal mic on your phone, whether you're using an external mic, a USB mic that you plug into your phone, if you're padding your room, if you're creating a fort. Again, all of that information is in my Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. So if you want a copy of that, make sure you send me an email. Let me give you my email address again, to info@ablakeenterprises.com so that you can order it. Again, it goes through everything about what I talk about here on a regular, including the equipment that I use. See that? I've got that USB condenser mic. I've got a Yeti mic. I've got the booth I've got a lot of other things in there. So that's in the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. So that was number 4. And then number 5 is publish and promote. And the reason why I put publish and promote together is because they have to be connected, one without the other. Once you publish it, you're going to have to promote it because it's just going to lay there. There are over 1 million podcasts now. So you want to make sure that you're promoting it, whether it's on your social media platforms, in an email, newsletters, bulletin boards, flyers, in your signature, in your closing, in a community, whatever the case may be. You want to promote your podcast. So those are the 5 things that you should do when you're thinking about starting a podcast. 1, choose your topic, your niche or your subject. 2, choose a platform, whether it's Anchor FM or EC Podcast Media. Write out your show notes, which also include your intro and your outro. Who are you? What's the show about? And how to connect with you and what you want people to do. That's your call to action, your CTA, and your outro. Schedule. Set a schedule. Are you going to be doing it every Saturday, every Monday, every Wednesday? Set that schedule so people know when a new episode is going to drop. Practice, practice, progress. Practice, practice, progress. And then publish and promote. So those are just 5 quick tips. If you are interested in learning more, sign up for that 30-minute complimentary call, discovery call, so that we can get you started. I will send you this podcasting planner printables, which will go through what we'll talk about before you sign up for the 90-minute mini coaching session. Remember, that's still available. That's a great investment. 3 30-minute Zoom calls, which are recorded and given to you, as well as checklists, printables, and a copy of the Podcasting Your Purpose workbook. So for $97, you're getting a lot of good information to get you started in the wonderful world of podcasting. So again, join Danny Bonaducci, join Dennis Quaid, join Michelle Obama, Oprah, Joe Rogan, Antoinette Blake, the Delaware blogger. And, come on, there are lessons that you've learned in life. Again, there is so much that we can share with others. Just your voice literally can change someone's life. So again, it is Antoinette Blake, the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger. And don't forget, if you're looking for free music, once a week you get these downloads. It's easy. Arches Audio, and you can get some funky music like today's retro bass funk. So until the next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay social. Still from a distance, wear that mask, because I'll see you in cyberspace. See ya. It's the DE Diva. Have a beautifully blessed day. Enjoy your day. Terrific Tuesday. Be safe. Bye-bye.